So, Praxeus, an episode about a deadly disease that is spread by a Chinese woman after she flees from her home. Not exactly perfect timing, right, Doctor Who? G'day Whovians and welcome to a brand new episode of Who Review. This week I'm going to be taking a look at Series 12 Episode 6, Praxeus. So I'm going to kick off this review by saying what a great little action-packed opening. We were thrown pretty much straight into the action and it was great. It really got me hooked within the first few minutes of the episode. The girls camping by the river was kind of like some Wolf Creek kind of shit. I was really waiting for...
What the bloody hell are you mob doing out here?
As I mentioned in a previous episode of Who Review, I like that in Chris Chibnall's era of Doctor Who, he's trying to take us around the world a little bit. In this episode we went to Hong Kong, Madagascar, Peru. It was pretty good. Surprisingly, I liked the mystery of the diseased birds. I also really liked the look of the disease when someone was infected on their skin. That was in the mid-series trailer for Series 12 and I thought that looked really cool. But I think it would have been a lot cooler and a lot more creepier if instead of when they got the disease, instead of a person being disintegrated, that they kind of came alive and chased people covered in this thing. I think that would have been a little bit cooler. Strangely, I really liked the idea of the TARDIS team split up around the world investigating different things. This idea was a good opportunity to give the companions more character, more depth, and make them a bit stronger. And I think it worked. It was really great. The gas mask creature things were okay. I also really liked that Yaz had a lot more to do in this week's episode, after her being kind of pointless in the last few episodes. But in this week's episode, Yaz was brave, she was bold, and I'm gonna admit she was a bit of a badass, and I liked it. I just want to also mention that the music choice in a lot of scenes in this episode was really strange. But let's jump into that little plot twist. I didn't expect that little Asian woman to be evil. Is that racist? I'm sorry if that's racist. I really don't remember her name. The gas mask things were diseased, but why didn't they disintegrate? And of course you can't have Chris Chibnall's era of Doctor Who without a lecture. Pollution of the ocean. Yes, I understand that pollution of the ocean is a bad thing and it's real and it's sad, but just stop with the lectures. For me, the ending felt very rushed and I didn't like it. I won't lie, I'm also very disappointed that we didn't get to see the Sea Devils. It was rumoured that in this episode the Sea Devils were going to return, and so I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got my hopes up and it didn't happen. So did Doctor Who predict the coronavirus? So 3 things that I liked about this week's episode. There's actually only 2. I really liked the companions, especially Yaz. Like I mentioned before, I liked that she got to be more out there in this episode and we got a bit more from Yaz, and I liked that we got to see the companions in their own kind of form this episode. That was really great. And 2, the mystery of the birds. It was strange, but it was cool. I liked this little mystery. And 3 things that I didn't like about this episode. Number 1, the story. I thought the story was a bit rubbish. It was okay, but it wasn't great. 2, the gas mask creature things. They weren't cool, and while the disease was cool, I didn't really see the need for these gas mask creatures. To put it politely, they were kind of useless. And 3, the lecture. Can we have a Doctor Who episode in Chris Chibnall's era where it's just pure entertainment and not a lecture? Yes, the pollution in the ocean is a terrible thing, it is very sad, but like me, a lot of Doctor Who fans tune into Doctor Who to escape life, to escape realism, and it's kind of hard to do that when Chris Chibnall tries to lecture the fan base. So my rating for this week's episode is a 6 out of 10. It wasn't great, it was very average at best. I was excited for this one, but you know, this series of Doctor Who seems like a roller coaster. It has its ups and then its downs, and for me, it mainly goes down. Next week's episode looks pretty creepy and pretty interesting, so I'm excited for next week's. Hopefully it's better than the last two. So there we go guys, that is this week's episode of Who Review. What did you think of Praxeus? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to come back to my channel this Friday for a brand new video where I'm going to be discussing some theories about who Ruth's doctor is. But I will see you guys next week with another brand new episode of Who Review. Bye everyone.